Good morning, beautiful. Are you ready for week 7? We are there. And while the weight loss has leveled out and slowed down, I mean, at the very beginning, for the first 3 weeks, I was losing better part of 5, almost 6 pounds a week. That's a blip, and that's something you should be ready for because it does level out as your body gets used to the changes. A lot of that's initial water weight, they say. I don't really know how much I'm losing a week right now because I'm not weighing in. Per my last weigh in at the Wellness Center, I was 189. I hope I'm below that. Hopefully, next week when I do my 8 week every 4 weeks weigh and measure, we'll find out because I'm going to, I think, weigh on the home scale and then go weigh at the wellness center too and compare those numbers and see how close I think, because I think that the home scale's running like 10 pounds light. Uh, so we'll see how that goes. I did get my Fitbit Inspire HR yesterday in the mail, so today is my first day of wearing it. Good afternoon. I bring you the beginnings of my Fitbit life. I've been wanting one for a long time, and I finally bought a Fitbit Inspire HR. So this has the heart rate monitor. I paid a few extra dollars for that feature, but that is definitely a feature I wanted. This particular one is swim proof, so apparently I could shower in it. It's got the 24/7 heart rate. It's got the sleep tracking. It does the smartphone notifications, and it has a battery life up to about 5 days. It comes with a large and a small wristband inside. And let's see what we got. Okay, so we've got the other band here, the charging cord here, and I put it on after getting it set up. That took a little bit. Had to get it synced. Had to get the program loaded on my phone. All of that. But this is a HR, so it has the heart rate monitor. It tracks steps, obviously. It tracks exercise. It apparently is able to auto detect certain exercises. So running, it'll auto detect. Swimming, it'll auto detect. You can swim in this one up to a certain point. Apparently, it's got some water resistance to it. Not waterproof, water resistant, I guess. I could shower in it, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not asking for trouble. I paid $75 for the thing. I don't think it's that big a deal to take it off for a few minutes. But it is getting more of my roaming around the house steps that my pedometer that was on my phone was not catching because the phone's sitting over there charging or whatever. I mean, I'm wearing something without pockets and I don't want to stuff it in my bra. It's giant phones these days. Little phones you used to be able to do that with more. But now it's less convenient to grab it sometimes, so it wasn't catching every step. So I do have the step monitor still on the phone though, and I'm going to compare what today's numbers look like to see how accurate I feel like the Inspire is being. Um, I have linked my Map My Walk program, My Fitness Pal, and the Fitbit, so all three are supposed to talk to each other. So Fitbit apparently has a place where I could have logged my food, but if I log it in my Fitness Pal, it'll tell Fitbit and it'll track those calories. Just like using Map My Walk, if I make sure to have my times logged in properly, when the Inspire reports my step count to my Fitness Pal, it will factor in the walks I've already told it about. So we'll see how that goes. If anybody knows anything more specific about Fitbits, I've had some step counters before, but none of them were that awesome. They were cheap knockoff versions. They didn't talk to all the right programs. They were less convenient, and from everything I've heard, less easy to use. So we will see how my Fitbit goes. But if y'all know any tricks or tips, let me know. I can say that as of right now, I'm only using the free version. If there is any reason I should seriously consider paying them for expanded information, let me know, because as of right now, I don't see the point. As far as food has been going, has been pretty normal. No more tummy issues, like at all. I have had a hungry day yesterday, and it wasn't the I'm starving hungry, it was the I'm craving hungry. And what if I just ate anyway today? And I resisted. It was in the back of my brain all day long yesterday, though. What if I ate today? What if I ate today? No. No, just stick to your guns. You're fine. You can eat tomorrow. I have been doing my walks. I did not get to walk yesterday, but that was a weather thing, which kind of sucked because I got up at 5:30, got dressed, took my caffeine pill, was sitting there washing my face and stuff, turned the water off and went, "Is that rain? Do I hear rain? Have I already caffeinated and now I hear rain?" So I wound up sitting on the couch all morning and just enjoying an off day yesterday. And actually, I took it super easy yesterday. The step counters definitely didn't show much for yesterday, but that's because this didn't come till after like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I didn't carry my phone around with me much, so what steps I was doing just puttering around the house, it wasn't even catching. And that's where the Fitbit's hopefully gonna, just be a little more accurate. And just a quick FYI, there have been some challenging walk mornings, but I've been really having a much better, easier time jumping in and just getting down closer to my 19 and a half minutes. Um, this morning I think it was like 19 and 7 seconds, and that's my cherry spot. That's my goal. That's where I'm going for. Good morning. Today's walk is brought to you by the letters I, as in I don't want to get up, and C, as in can I go back to bed? Oh, 5:30 comes early. The strangeness of my brain. I'm sitting here forcing myself to get dressed and put myself together enough to go walk. And I realize I'm internally humming the theme song to Toys R Us, only to the words, I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Why am I a Toys R Us kid, but I don't want to get up? It's weird. Okay, I'm back. Gizmo's walked. I'm walked. Once I got moving, it was okay. It was just a struggle to get out of bed. I did not even brush my hair before I went out there, but at least I wasn't wearing curlers, so, I actually, my legs are not so sore anymore from all the yard work, and I actually was able to work some jogging in. I did find my proper multiple sports bra combination to allow for some jogging, and I worked a few yards in here and there, which is, what I'm gonna have to do to build up to jogging more along the route. I'm definitely not there, but I did a lot better today, especially than I would have expected, especially given that I had to shoehorn myself out of bed. But here we are, have another great morning. I did have a local person want to join me for my walk, but she's got some pretty intermittent schedule, so she's only joined me once so far, but I'm not letting having a walking buddy make me flap my lips so much that I can't go faster. I did take my full body pictures right before I started sitting down for this. I have to say, I'm ready for my belly to start. I mean, I know all around you can see it. You can see it. I can see it. The measuring tape can see it. I can see it in the face and everything. But I want my belly to go smaller too. I tried on a few things yesterday. Well, was it day before yesterday? In the last couple of days, I did try on several outfits that I haven't let go of, but that were running tight. I tried on two of the swimsuits I have. I couldn't find my favorite one, that polka dotted one. I'm gonna have to find that. I have to say, not bad, but I was wearing full undergarments under them. The tummy was tightened with, your undies and things like that. So it's not as loose as things truly are. And that just, that is what it is, especially when you've been heavy as long as I have. Your skin's not going to bounce back the way it did. And, if I could get my skin to tighten up too, cool. But, the chances of me ever having any kind of skin surgery, no, that's not going to happen. I'm too cheap, first off. I ain't worried about what anybody thinks about me naked. And I can wear, girdly things to firm it up for these special occasions. But while I have gone down in pant sizes, I just don't feel like the gut has flattened out to speak of. It's most of the weight's coming off of places like my face and some of the arm and the back and but no, the tummy, and I really want the tummy and the midriff to start getting with the program. I have dipped my toe back into my yoga water. That has been pretty fun though, because last week and a half now I got so sore, as I mentioned, where my freaking back of my thighs felt like somebody was stabbing me with ice picks. Uh, and while the soreness from that has gone away now, everything stayed tighter. So I'm trying to do my yoga. I'm trying to bend over and stretch and just warm up before walking. And my flexibility went away in a not fun way. I'm like, pain. This is pain. Pain. So apparently, after 2 weeks of pretty much no yoga and then a really bad round of soreness, I'm gonna have to really build back up to my yoga proper. So that sucks, but at least I can get it back. I mean, I'm gonna get it back, but I'm just bending over, and the back of the thighs are so tight. And then after a proper yoga, I was sore in the midriff and at the ribs and all the usual places when I've taken too much time off. That felt great. I enjoyed it. So through this week, I have been trying really hard to control my food a little bit better. My portions weren't out of control, but I did like the bulk of it to be carbs and spaghetti and potatoes. And, I'm trying to have more well balanced meals. So I had some mac and cheese, but it was the side dish, not a big bowl of mac and cheese and that's it. It was, a little pot roast and some fresh asparagus from my garden and the pasta, but it wasn't the main meal. And then the next food day, I had the leftover mac and cheese at lunchtime and didn't have any carbs at the night. But that was a sweet craving day. I kept trying to be done eating, and then I'm like, can I have those caramels? Can I have that caramel ice cream? How about this freaking Fig Newton? And Jesus, I know there's a lot of good stuff from figs and that Fig Newtons are almost healthy, except they have so many calories. Two cookies is a portion, and it's like 200, 100 calories or whatever a cookie. Are you kidding me? I mean, Fig Newtons are nice sometimes, but Jesus H. Roosevelt Christ. That's a lot of calories for a very brief moment of pleasure, especially when most people want like 6 cookies. I mean, I want 6 cookies, not 2 cookies. Just saying. Ugh. But I haven't eaten yet today, but today is a food day. So what time is it? It's a little after 9. I will be eating in around an hour. I'll be around my end of my fast, so I'll go make my eggs. In addition to the boiled eggs, I've now been alternating it with dry scrambled eggs. So, knowing that you can scramble up the eggs without any butter or oils or salt or pepper or anything, and they're still fine. My mom always taught me, though, the big secret to a scrambled egg is to stop cooking them right before they look done, because the heat inside of them is going to keep cooking them a little bit longer. And I historically have a bad habit of overcooking eggs because of that, because if there's anything even slightly runny looking, I'm going to keep cooking. And I don't always factor in that I should have stopped already. I did better the last couple of scrambled egg days, though. They were a lot lighter and fluffier and not so well cooked. But no, nothing in them. So very plain still, just a different format. It actually, looks like a lot more food when you scramble them. It fills up a little bowl more than a couple of boiled eggs does. So that's interesting, and it's a nice change of pace. Still lots of beans and things, trying to keep my fiber intake good. And I bought some little smoky sausages, and I actually cooked a couple of those in the beans, hoping that the flavor would just flavor up the beans some. It was just like red beans. Uh, the beans tasted great. The little smokies tasted like an over boiled hot dog at the end. So that didn't quite work. So yeah, next time I'm not gonna do that. That didn't enhance the meal, and I'm not gonna waste them. And I ate them, even though they tasted like icky boiled hot dogs instead of a nice little smoky. Week 7 done. Next week is week 8, and I will be doing weigh in on the 2 scales. I will be doing body measurements. I will be seeing how things go, and I'm going to show you a couple of shots of those outfits I tried on. But remember, I am well girdled up trying this stuff on just to see if I'm closer. But I am much closer to wearing them. And look at this one. This little polka dotted house dress. I bought that like 6 years ago at a thrift store, and it was like massively too small for me. It was one of those things I couldn't get my shoulders and arms up into. If I put it on, you're doing this and then you're hoping you can get back out of it. Is there any help getting me out of this thing? And it almost fits now. It's still a little snug across the hip and the tummy, still a little snug across the boobs. The sleeves stop here when they could, so they won't go any higher. My arms are still too big, but my arms have slimmed down enough and my body has slimmed down enough that I actually can get into it almost good. In enough, I can zip it up. And I'm really excited about that. I've been eyeballing this little dress for 6 years now. Even though I knew it wasn't gonna fit me, I wanted it. It was cute, and I've kept thinking maybe I'll just cut it down the side and add some panels and increase the size manually. And I'm actually on the verge of being able to wear it without making those adjustments. So that makes me really happy. And then these other 2 dresses I tried on were ones I've had 10-15 years now, that I had brief times I could wear, or and I've just outsized myself from them, and missed that. And then I did have a little bit of fun, and I gave my Supergirl dress a little try on too. That's one I came across at the thrift store. Once again, I surprised myself being able to get it on, but it wasn't on in the best way. And actually, I plan to tear it apart, deconstruct it, and use it as a base pattern for the 1980s Supergirl movie costume. This one's the deluxe Supergirl, but it's velvety. It's got shiny fabrics. It's not show accurate in a way that I want. I want to be in the Helen Slater version. So that's coming in my future, and it'll be much more doable as I tone and slim. What do you think? No double chin? I will see you next week. You have a beautiful day. fit, how the my fit, my how the